Hi, I'm Keith Horn, owner of Horn's Prairie Grove Land Water Reserve. This is the Prairie Farm Podcast.
I'm Mark Kenyon.
I'm Dr. Julie Meechan.
I'm Steve Hansen.
I'm Jill Bebout.
Chad Gravy.
My name is Jeremy French.
I'm Laura Walter.
Carol Hawksbergen, owner of Hoksey Native Seeds, and this is the Prairie Farm Podcast.
This is Hal Herring, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers Podcast.
Skip Sly, Iowa Whitetail.
Valerie Van Coten, State Historical Society of Iowa.
Dr. Matt Helmer at Iowa State University.
My name is Kyle Laubarger with the Native Habitat Project.
I'm Jed McCullum. I appeared out of the wilderness, and this is the Prairie Farm Podcast.
Welcome to the Prairie Farm Podcast.
A lot of companies talk about conservation, but I want to tell you about a company that actually puts their money where their mouth is. birdhuntersupply.com is a great company. I know the owner, Joe. He's a great dude. We've had the privilege of working with him, and let's just say he really puts his money where his mouth is. A large percentage of his profits from Bird Hunter Supply go to a conservation organization of your choice at checkout. So your purchase actually puts money towards conservation, and it's not just a roundup. It's not just asking you to donate on top of your purchase. This is included with your purchase. This man is running his very own small business version of Pittman Robertson, except without all the government stuff. I'm a big fan of that. So whether you're buying hunting apparel, decoys, dog training gear, you are actually going to be giving back to conservation. That is my friend Joe at birdhuntersupply.com. We love that company. We love what they have going on. Oh, and they do a really great job with their website. Makes it very easy. birdhuntersupply.com.
Keith, how long have you owned the Prairie that you have, I guess, become well known for?
We bought it in 2001. You want to hear the whole story?
Yeah.
Okay. It was in third week of April of 2001. I was coming up to go mushroom hunting on our other property that's northwest of here. And the wife and I was talking about buying 5, 10, 15 acres of property up in this area. And then when we get ready to retire, which is about now, that we maybe move up here because things are a little cheaper and a little more laid back. And
yeah.
So anyways, I stopped at the local Casey's gas station there to get a coffee and a donut before I was going to go up and go mushroom hunting. And just down the road, like a block down the road, down the street, there was a sign just listed, 40-80 acres for sale, some timber. So I thought, well, what the heck, I'll go out and check on it real quick before I go up and go mushroom hunting. So it said follow the sign. So I followed the signs out to the property, and when I got there, I called the real estate people, and they said they just put the sign up the evening before. I was the first one to call on it.
Wow.
So they said, you want us to send somebody up, or they said we got all the corners located with a survey. I said, oh, I can find that. I'm in construction. I know how to do that.
Mind if I find some mushrooms while I'm finding the four corners?
I found a few when I was walking through the woods. There's about 8.5 acres of native oak, hickory, and walnut woodlands with it. Matter of fact, along the south border, there's some big white oaks in there, 4 foot in diameter, and that 250 plus years old, that was there when this was all savanna prairie up in here, more so than open prairie. But it was open prairie, but not like up north further. Anyways, so back in high school, my last junior and senior year in high school, I took forestry. And so I knew a lot of the trees and that. So I'm walking around. I went through the woods first, and it was just full of wildflowers, bluebells, cutleaf toothwort, and stuff like that, spring beauties. And I was thinking, it had a lot of dogwoods, and my wife's from North Alabama, and she likes dogwoods. So this was on a Saturday. She was working at the local bank. So I started walking around, and I went through the woods in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I was going to cut across the open grass meadows, and hit the other patch of timber to the north. And when I did that, I got out in them open grass fields. There was all kinds of wildflowers out there. I had no idea what they were. So anyways, I walked around for over 4 hours, and
why were you hanging out for over 4 hours?
Because I was so thrilled to see. It was just full of wildflowers. I'd never seen that before. And I mean, especially a lot of in the woods there was bluebells and stuff. I knew those. I knew a few of them. But out in the open prairie, there was. Come to find out, there was. And I can't think. I'm nervous.
No, you're good.
Shooting stars.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah! Yep.
Wow. The wild hyacinths, camassia.
Wow.
Stuff like that. I had never seen that.
That is a big deal. Most people have never seen that. Yeah.
So I was thinking, what the heck kind of flowers are these? So I had no clue. So I walked around for over 4 hours and made it back to my truck, and then I called the real estate people, and I said, "Can I put some money down on this to hold this?" And they said, "Well, how many acres do you want?" There were 30 acres of farm field, and I didn't want the crop field.
Sure.
Of course, that was a lot more money too.
Yeah.
And I said, "And just the old grass meadows and the timber ground." They said, "Well, that totals about 50 acres." So I said, "Well, that's fine." So I put some money down the hole and said I got to bring my wife up the next day so she can look at it and make sure everything will get you okay from the boss.
Yeah.
So
it's a good plan.
So we come up I called her on the phone and to tell her that I just looked at some ground and put money down. She goes, "Well, how many acres?" I said, 50. And I held the phone out here. 50 acres? You said he's only going to buy about 5 to 15 acres. I said, "Well, it's pretty reasonably priced too, you know."
Yeah.
So anyways,
do you mind saying what it went per acre back?
900.
Why wasn't I buying land when I was 12?
I mean, it was averaging 15 to 2,000 at least at that time, and I got it for 900 an acre.
Wow.
So, or 50 acres for 45,000. I mean, it's a pretty. That's like buying a truck.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
A new pickup truck. So, anyways, the next day we came up, and like I said, my wife likes dogwoods. So the first thing I did, we went to the timber, where the dogwoods were in bloom.
Strategic
play
move.
Your ace card first.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
And after about 15 minutes of that, walking through the timber, we just came out into the first old wild grass hayfield. And when we came out in that, and there was all the shooting stars and the hyacinths and stuff, she looked at me. She says, "This is beautiful. What are these?" I said, "I don't know." She goes, "Let's buy it." Wow. So that's how we found it.
That's amazing.
And we bought it from an old farming couple. It was through a real estate agency, but it was an old farming couple who wanted to sell it.
You got to meet the couple?
Yes. And the old farmer said, let me backtrack. The old farmer said the land had been in the family since the 1870s.
Wow.
I don't know if it was his side of the family or her side of the family, his wife. But it was in the family. I never thought that. Well, I didn't know at that time. All he said, he goes, "Yeah, we've had this. It's been in the family since the 1870s. And then he told me, he said about 15, 16 acres was a wild grass pasture, and the other 15, 16 acres was a wild grass hayfield. And that's what he called it. Of course, it was prairie grass. And then he would cut the hayfield once a year, usually around the end, he said the end of August or early September. He said by that time, he said that wild grass is 4 to 6, 7 foot tall or better, which it is. And then he would bale it. This is the first photo album from 2004, 2005.
Can we start looking through that?
Sure. And now some of the wildflowers are misidentified. I don't have them identified correctly, but that's what we thought they were at that time. So anyways, we went ahead and bought the ground, and it was just full of wildflowers.
Hey, that's our mascot. Eastern
I'm sorry?
swallowtail.
Yeah, tiger swallowtail.
Yeah.
Man, that much blazing. I mean, we're looking at the album here, and right away on page 2, some of the most prairie blazing star I've ever seen in a remnant prairie.
Well, it's 10 times better than that now.
So, I mean, when you first were looking at it, were there just a few, like, you know, yes, a lot of different species, but were they just kind of here and there because it hadn't been managed?
Yeah, like purple coneflower to be one. You might go 50 feet, 50 yards before you found another one. Same way with yellow coneflower or gray-headed coneflower. And some species there was quite a few of. And at that time there was a lot of black-eyed Susans back then. Of course, that's more of a cover crop.
Yeah.
And like I said, we had no idea. It was there you can see the black-eyed Susans and some butterfly milkweed. Now the Monard up top there, the red one. I even got a label. We bought two flowers and put that out.
Wow. It's unreal. How do you know how many species you've found out there that are native?
Hold on to your hat.
The native species are 665.
Wow. Wow.
And then out of the 665, there's roughly 20 native species that have been added through the years, like royal catchfly. It's so rare in Illinois, and we had the perfect habitat. The DNR brought seed and a few live plants out, 2009, 10, and we put them out.
Wow.
And now we're starting.
What are you doing in June?
What now?
I said, what are you doing in June? I'd love to come out.
Come on out.
Yeah, I would love to come back and step foot during the growing season. I mean, that's just absolutely
blue-eyed grass in here. That's unreal.
Wait, let me see the blue-eyed grass.
Well, there's no flower on it.
Okay.
Right there. There's kind of a little flower. Yeah. So I mean, for anyone who's ever bought native seed, I mean, I'm sure you have a good job. Nobody has a good enough job to buy all the seeds.
Yeah,
so
expensive.
This stuff was there.
Yeah,
I mean, the vast majority of it.
This stuff was, the majority of it was there.
Wow.
So I mean, after you took ownership, were you like, is that really when you started to become a student? Like
Prairie bush clover. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's round-headed bush clover.
Oh, that's round-headed.
Some of these are not labeled correctly. It's what we thought they were at that time.
Okay.
Most of them are, but there's a few of them that aren't.
Yeah.
There you can see, look at the black-eyed Susans there.
Yeah.
Man.
That's unreal.
So you start researching all this stuff right away? And
no, we bought it in 2001. In 2002, we saw more and more wildflowers because we didn't bale it or didn't cut it and stuff like that. By 2003, we started taking film photos of all the wildflowers and would go home and look them up on the computer. And everything we looked up was a native wildflower. So by late July, I finally got the local DNR man from Vandalia down there, Gary Potts, to come out, and I wanted him to see all the blazing star. I knew it was I didn't know what kind of blazing star, but I knew it was a blazing star. And so Gary came on up, and I took him into the back part back there at the old wild grass pasture. And all I can say is that scene on the original Jurassic Park.
Oh, wow.
Where they come down that valley and come up top that hill. And there's the dinosaurs. And Dr. Grant stands up in the Jeep.
Shaking his glasses.
Takes his sunglasses off and just stares.
Yeah.
That's what Gary did when I took him back there. Seriously.
Wow. I mean,
he got out of the truck, walked up to the fence was still through there at that time because there was a 9-acre bean field. Well, it wasn't beans anymore, but there was a 9-acre bean field back there. And Gary walked up to the fence and stood there for 5-7 minutes or whatever, just kept looking, didn't say a word.
Did he cry?
Finally, he turned and looked at me, had tears coming out of his eyes.
Oh, wow.
He said, "This is a prairie." He said, "This is a prairie remnant." He says, "You got to do something with this. This is special." He says, "You just don't find this anymore."
Oh, yeah.
So that was in late July of 2003. So we had to wait till 2004 to enroll it into a new fiscal year program. And the first 5 years, we had it in a WHIP program, Wildlife Habitat Improvement Program.
Yeah.
And then when that ran out in 2009, we enrolled it into the current Land Water Reserve Program, which fully protects it from farming, development, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
so have you, since then, have you been to another prairie in Illinois
sure.
that has you feel like matched your level of prairie?
No.
Wow.
Not matched.
I've never heard of a prairie that matches that level of diversity.
Neither have I. That's why I was like, if anybody knows about it, it'd probably be this guy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just don't. I just think this is unreal. Oh, you're good. Yeah, you can come on in. You're good. Yeah. So I mean, some of these species you just toadflax, you just don't see. What I'm really curious is, have you
field milkwort,
your wildlife, how they've interacted with these species? Obviously, they love being there, but let's say white-tailed deer, for instance.
There are a lot of deer.
What do they browse on this stuff?
Sure, they bed out there.
What do they munch on the most?
A lot. I can't say the most. A lot of your lespedizas, your clovers.
Oh, sure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Certain grass species. Stuff
Do you know
like
which
that.
ones?
We got over 70 different grass species.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
They're all palatable at different times of the year.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I ask is because people ask us that question a lot, and we know some.
What a lot of people don't realize is before settlement, when this country was just being explored and stuff, there was vast herds of deer, turkeys. Well, not herds of turkeys, flocks of turkeys, but I mean buffalo, elk. There used to be elk in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, by the thousands.
Yeah.
They lived off this stuff. There wasn't no whitetail. I'm not putting whitetail clover down or anything like that. But I mean, there was no stuff like that.
Right.
They lived in that Ticktrefoil there. That's actually milk pea. That's not
okay.
If you know what I'm talking about, eastern milk pea.
I've never even heard of that species.
The Illinois Ticktrefoil, you're saying?
It's mislabeled, but that's we thought it was a Ticktrefoil, but that's actually.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, that's
actually
weird
eastern milk pea.
Wow.
The downy wood mint. I've never seen that either. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people ask for it in bids, and it always gets substituted out because nobody has any. That's interesting. Jewelweed, that's cool. Jewelweed are fun because they pop.
Yeah, they'll pop. That seed can go 2-3 feet and go up to 6-7 foot, I guess, under the right circumstances.
Man,
yeah, just a true one of a kind gem. I mean, yeah, we gotta. If we're invited, we gotta come back during the growing season. And Laura, if you're listening to this, you can ride along with us, and I'll make sure Nick doesn't have any high fiber meals the night
once we
before.
found out we had a true prairie remnant in 2003, for Christmas, my wife and I went together and bought a digital camera, and we started taking digital photos in 2004.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have these up anywhere on the internet?
No, not somewhat on Land Water Reserve, Illinois Land Water Reserve. There's a few pictures in there.
Wow.
So this originally started out as kind of Keith's project. We met Patty.
Yeah.
Did it kind of then start merging into?
She was out there those first 5, 7, 8 years at least.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she used to take most of these photos she took.
Wow. So it really kind of became something that was going to be kind of a fun thing for you mostly. Became something that you as a couple really got to enjoy.
Yeah, she helped a lot. And then once we found out we had a true prairie remnant in late July of 2003, over the winter, that fall and winter, I collected a lot of seed that we used in 2004. We got a little over 10 acres of restoration prairie, 2 different spots. The backfield's about 9.5 acres. And
You just collected your own?
Well,
seed
not
there?
enough for the whole restoration, and the DNR supplied the rest, but all the seed was from Illinois.
So do people come banging on your door to get into your prairie? Or I feel like you have something really special. I feel like some people have.
We've had people from 14 different states out come see the prairie now. I'm starting to get booked tour times or
okay,
dates already. I got 4 tours already lined up.
Wow. Have you ever thought about, do you batch the tours together?
Once in a while we have to.
Yeah.
We don't like to get more than about 30 people in a group, because what happens is they get strung out so far that the people in the tail end of the group, a lot of times they're missing out on what's being talked about, and so it's 25, 30 is about max.
You charge money to do it?
It's all free.
Wow. What a guy. What an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a couple times where we've had 40, 50 people, but then a DNR guy will come out and help.
Okay.
be a guide, and then we break it down to 2 groups. That works out pretty good too.
How do you deal with trespassers?
Don't have too much problem with that.
That's kind of cool.
Good.
Yeah, we
although we had a very rare plant, Plantago cordata, which is a wetland plant, and I only took a handful of people down to show them that, and I guess it's 2 years ago now, springtime. I went down there because it's a very early bloomer. They should be shooting bloom. Stalks should be coming up now already.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I went down there to check on them. Somebody come in and dug them all up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's the only thing I've ever seen missing, or somebody came out and dug up, but somebody did. I don't know who it was.
Wow.
Man, we had about 25
what
plants.
a crime against nature.
And they're all gone, so...
Wow, so it's gone totally. You haven't seen it back.
Well, hopefully there's a seed bank there or something.
I checked down there the other day and I didn't see any. But if there's some seedlings, it takes several years for them to develop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And mature. So.
Well, sure they've talked to you about like the coefficient number. It's like how likely is that prairie species to show up in a mature prairie? You know, how much of it do they see? And those species with a high coefficient number, like blue-eyed grass, even if you plant it, you won't see it for 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Now, with this diverse of a remnant prairie, do you have any invasive encroachment?
We have a lot of bush honeysuckle and Sericea clover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's our 2 biggest problems.
How do you deal with them?
Cut and spray.
Okay.
Yeah. The DNR comes out and helps a lot with that.
Yeah. Does Ray Gariff do any burning for you down here?
Yeah, the DNR does all the controlled burns. We used to do it ourselves until we signed with the Land Water Reserve. Then the DNR started.
That's awesome that they help you with that. That shows that. I mean, it's awesome that you can own this prairie, but it's a community effort to really maintain it.
We used to do it ourselves, and I got 2 sons. And then they was in Boy Scouts, and then we'd have 3, 4, 5 of their buddies, Boy Scout buddies, come out.
What time of year would you burn normally?
Normally, real late February, early March.
Okay,
just depending on the weather and that.
Sure. And so kind of a late.
We never had problems burning. Well, it's all ag fields around it, except to the east. It's all timber to the east, and we never had problems. Of course, you got to do a head.
Yep.
Head fire, we knew
back
that
burn and all that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But now it's nicer with the DNR. They got the right equipment,
right?
And do you burn different times?
We didn't. We always burn about half.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Half one year and half the next year.
What time of the year though?
Usually around the end of February, early March.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the burn list for this year, but the weather's been so.
Mm-hmm.
Not very cooperative this year, so.
And you don't have a brome problem?
Have what?
A brome, like a smooth brome or cool season grass problem? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's truly just remarkable. I got to imagine now, obviously you hate hearing about someone stealing plants from you.
That's the only thing we've had problems with. We have 9 different orchid species. And once I'm a little leery with that, but orchids are very finicky. You got to have the right kind of pH in the soil and microbacteria and all that stuff for them to grow and then bloom.
Sure.
So
I got to imagine there's been some seed collection so that they can propagate some of these rare species off of.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a camera that just beeped, or is that?
Oh yeah, it might have been. 1 sec, let me check. Keep going.
Yeah. So. What are some of your favorites? I mean, let's go by category here. A favorite grass that you have?
I'd say Elliott's Bluestem grass.
Elliott's Bluestem. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's and Side-Oats Grama grass.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The main big grass.
Wait, those are the same grass? Elliott's Bluestem is the same as the Side-Oats Grama?
No.
Oh, those
grasses.
2 are your favorite. Okay. As I say, I never heard that nickname for it.
Yeah, Elliott's is a lot coarser. You know what little Bluestem is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Elliott's a lot coarser. It's about the same size and that, but it gets more leaves and a little thicker stalks and stuff.
You know what? I think I've seen some of that on some public land by my house. I looked at it and my plant ID would only say little bluestem, but I thought it was...
Well, broom sedge looks a lot like...
does it?
Yeah, it looks a lot like little bloom stem. Yeah.
I'll see if I can find the picture and I'll show it to you when we get done and see if you think that's what it might be. But are you getting like some real? I mean, that's a crazy grass I never heard of. Like, what about things like eastern gamma grass? Have you found?
Yeah,
any
we
of that?
have eastern gamma grass.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what about purple top grass or greasy grass?
Yeah,
some of that.
Red top, purple top, greasy top, and big bluestem, switchgrass. Our Indian grass. Our main big grasses are big bluestem and Indian grass is the main grasses.
Sure, so true tall grass.
Yeah, and they average 6 to 10 feet tall.
What about any blue grama? Have you seen any blue?
Yeah,
grama?
we don't have that.
Yeah, that's more of a western grass.
Yeah.
But I've always wondered what part did it play in the tall grass prairie? It sounds like it probably wasn't there much. Or any buffalo grass, any of that?
No, I wish we had that.
Yeah.
We keep looking. We find new species every year.
Yeah.
So.
Crazy. Any prairie June grass?
Not sure if we have that.
It's real short, and I mean, when big bluestem is about 5 inches tall. June grass is in full bloom at 20 inches tall.
No, I don't think we have that.
Yeah, it's just real interesting to hear. What was in a true diverse remnant.
Well, the plant list is right there.
Well, what's interesting is that tall grass prairies are like a jungle. Short grass. I mean, mixed grass prairies are mixed, but you've been to short grass prairies. It's like knee high or shorter the whole way. There's way less diversity, but tall grass prairies are truly a jungle, and it's interesting.
Man, just look at the diversity in that picture there. It's just insane.
So you don't have these photos up all these photos up anywhere?
I'm on about 7 different websites, and I post current stuff all the time.
Okay, interesting.
No,
I'm on Illinois Botany site, Indiana Native Plant Society, Missouri Native Plant Society.
He's active on those.
Midwest Native Plant Society.
For our listeners, listen to this. This is his list of Ticktrefoils. Showy Ticktrefoil, hair small leaf Ticktrefoil, large bracted Ticktrefoil, Illinois Ticktrefoil, smooth Ticktrefoil, small leaf Ticktrefoil, panicked Ticktrefoil. Is that what that says? It's handwritten. And Lessial leafed Ticktrefoil. Isn't that crazy? Just like the sheer amount of just Ticktrefoils. Yeah. That's wild. That is so wild. And yet the dahlias, the prairie clovers, just good old purple and white. They show up everywhere, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah. This is really fascinating, this mix.
Now, are there other prairies around the state that they've taken seed from your prairie to try and propagate some of these?
Chicago, what the heck was the name of that? Botanical Gardens came down and collected seed about 3 years ago in the fall, early fall.
Okay.
And they was going to use some of that seed in restorations and that up north.
Sure.
Our prairie is actually part of the Southern Till Plain Prairie, or what was the Southern Till Plain Prairie here in Illinois. But we're at the northern limits of it. And maybe a mile, 1 to 3, maybe 5 miles. Prairie wasn't a straight edge,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then you would start into the very southern fringes of the Grand Prairie that went all the way up into Wisconsin. So we're right on that.
What's a Grand Prairie? What does that mean?
The big prairie that was started just north of here went all the way through Illinois, all the way into southern Wisconsin. That was the name of it, the Grand Prairie.
How is that different than this prairie?
It's like the Des Moines lobe. That's the geological feature that allows it to be there.
Oh, okay. So yours is in more of a wooded area. It's kind of broken up a little bit.
Ours is part of the Southern Till Plain Prairie. But we're at the very northern edge of the Southern Till Plain. So we have plant species from the Grand Prairie, or the Northern Prairie, and the Southern Till Plain Prairie. That's one reason our species are so high.
Wow.
And excuse me. We have 5 different types of prairie. We have wetland seep, dry hillside prairie, mesic prairie, black soil prairie, and savanna prairie, all in our remnant out there.
When did you realize what you had was a huge deal? When did it dawn on you?
Well, once we had Gary Potts, the DNR man, come out, and he confirmed that we had a prairie. But we really found out once in 2009 after we enrolled in the Land Water Reserve, the current nature preserve program we're in. We had a DNR botanist come out, Bob Edgen, and he came out for 4.5 hours to do a plant species count, and in 4.5 hours he had 366 species listed already. And then he came out a couple weeks later and went into we have 9 different seep area, wetland areas on the prairie up there. And he came out a couple weeks later and went down to the big seep, which it's over 1/4 acre in size. And they was down there for 6.5 hours, and they had a hoop, 3 foot or a meter by a meter.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they was mud and blood up and soaked to the bone, and they're on their hands and knees down that. I know, I'm nervous.
No, you're good.
And they was down in that big seep. And after about 6.5 hours, they finally came out. I brought them sandwiches and bottles of water and at lunchtime. And then when I went back about 3:30, and it was just getting done. And I asked Bob, I said, well, how did it turn out? He said, well, all the plants that should be here, you're only missing one. And that big seep. He named what it was, but I don't remember, right offhand what it was. But we was only missing one plant that was known to be there or should be there.
Mm-hmm.
We was only missing one. So
that's crazy. Incredible. What I've noticed about this, I saw this picture here of you standing out in one of your fields of flowers, and I think what's interesting about the prairie is there's certainly utility uses as if you're an outdoors person. I love to hunt, deer hunt. You probably, I think I saw a few hunting decals on your truck when we pulled in.
Oh yeah.
You like to hunt, and so there's some utility there. Mushroom hunting is what got you on the, in the area in the first place. I imagine you find some deer antlers out there from time to time. All those things are, I guess, for lack of a better term, uses for the prairie. But during the growing season, you can't hunt. Yeah, maybe a little bit of mushroom hunting during the spring ephemerals and stuff. You just take it in. It's like, it's so captivating that's the use, is just to enjoy it for what it is. And there's very few things. The only things I can think of is maybe if you're standing on a beach and just taking in the majesty of the oceans, or standing at the foot of the Rockies and looking at the mountains. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that the Midwest doesn't have any kind of anchoring phenomenon that just grabs your attention for what it is, and yet prairie does that. A healthy, true, diverse prairie captures you just as much as those.
We've had a lot
things.
of people come out on tours, like when the Prairie Blazing Star in mid-July, mid to end of July, are in full bloom. They're out there by the thousands, acres of them. And we've had people come out and they actually get tears in their eyes and that when they're walking.
I
through.
believe it.
Absolutely.
And it gives you an idea of what the big, vast prairies once looked like.
Yeah.
So, because that's what that's probably what they were. They were just miles of the same dominant plant color for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Light purple, Prairie Blazing Star, light purple, and the same.
Walking through.
Yeah.
It just didn't end.
Yeah, you can't even imagine
it.
No,
you can't comprehend that.
No.
A growing season time lapse on that would be really cool to see. Just to have a fixed camera that's always taking pictures a couple of different times of the day, every day, but consistently, just to see how those colors shift over the growing season.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I know a couple guys that might be able to do that. They've done it for some. We actually need to get them on the podcast. We've talked about it. They've done it out in Nebraska for some of the prairies out there, but But yeah, we should. I mean, this is one of one. This prairie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just truly amazing. What's your favorite flower that you have in your prairie?
I guess Blazing Star.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was our
Which
founder.
kind? The Prairie?
The Prairie, because there's so many of them.
There's a ton.
I mean, you can literally. Last year, I started filming with my phone as I'm walking through and narrating stuff. And you just walk and just keep walking, and sometimes they're so thick you can't hardly get through them.
And they're what? July?
Mid to end of July.
Yeah.
They grow average 3 to 6 foot tall.
Yeah. Yeah, you do find kind of
And
raggly.
as you're walking through, the bees and the butterflies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many bees. It's a continuous buzzing sound.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they don't bother you. I mean, you walk right. They might brush your skin, or butterflies will land right on you.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
wow,
I'm always impressed by you being so open to people coming to see this. This is something you could very easily and very understandably keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
but
most people have never seen this.
Right, and the fact that you're willing to do that isn't just great because it brings tears to people's eyes. It's because those tears that are brought to people's eyes make them realize this is something worth protecting and something worth promoting, bringing back onto the landscape as it once was.
The sad thing is everything's mowed now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When we first bought the ground out there in 2001, there was a lot of prairie plants all around the area, along the road ditches and stuff, a lot. Now there's virtually none because they mow and spray everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
There's an old road on our south end, dirt road. It's a township road, but it's just dirt. Goes down, and there's an old bridge down where the creek goes through. The bridge has been out since the 1940s.
Mm-hmm.
And the local guys come down there and they mow all that and spray all that. And there's nothing back there. There's no houses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just timber and open pasture and some fields. It's like, I don't understand why they do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not putting anybody down.
Well, it's inexcusable. I mean, the insult to injury on that is they're doing it with your tax dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've often thought I just need to go to a whatever public meeting for road commission or whatever, and just be like, hey, can you guys quit doing this?
That's how you end up being a road commissioner.
Yeah, that's
what that leads to. There's a gravel road close to me, and it's obvious that the road bed was made right through a remnant because there are hundreds of prairie dock plants and compass plants, and then all the other species you would expect to see. And just as all those, they allow them to flower about halfway and then mow them. I don't know what it is on the calendar that says just get rid of that really nice, different looking green patch of plants, but they hammer it every year. And thankfully, they only do it once, so they do return. But
that's interesting. Like, it might not seem like a big deal, but then becoming roadside commissioner or whatever that title is could actually make if you're in charge of that for a whole county, that'd be a huge needle moving thing.
Yeah.
If we got in Iowa, if you had a
prairie person on
even a third of them, a third of the counties.
Yeah.
Think of how much more acres and acres of prairie there would be.
Yeah.
My road commissioner's a flower guy, and our roadsides are beautiful until the county, they contracted an invasive removal company that just drives and hoses down the roadsides with a fire hose nozzle right out the truck window.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before.
Crazy.
I hate that.
At Hoksey Native Seeds, our mission is to provide native seed and education for landowners and land managers that care about their ground. So the education, we're doing that through the podcast and interviewing experts and the stuff we put out through our website. But the native seed that we provide, whether we grew it or we work with other producers that grew it, we are here to provide that for you. It's what keeps the lights on for us, and it's what we love to do. Most of our seeds grown right here on our farm, HokseyNativeSeeds.com. Oh, and if you need a little help with consultation, not sure what to put on your ground, we would be happy to help you with that as well. Give us a call, HokseyNativeSeeds.com.
Yeah.
We've noticed over the last 3, 4, 5 years now, bird numbers are down. Even the bees and butterflies. There's
Prairie.
a lot out there, but not like it used to be.
Interesting.
And I think the problem is we're an island.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by all this ag fields. It ain't the ag fields. It's they mow everything.
Yeah.
And they spray everything. Even the local farmers do that.
Yeah.
Nothing to connect to, you know.
And so where birds used to be able to migrate and go through and find insects and stuff, there's nothing there no more.
Yeah. Man, the more people that touch your prairie, the better the world is going to be. That is just about as true a sentence as I could think of. The more people that would get out to your prairie and just be amazed and awed by it, by its amazingness, and awesomeness, you know.
Yeah. What happens to the prairie after Keith's not there to take care of it?
Well, I haven't really talked a whole lot with my two sons. I mean, they grew up as young boys when we bought that, and they like it.
Good.
But I think it'd be better if prairie organization like a Native Plant Society or certain individual or individuals together, a group, would buy it.
Yeah.
When the time comes.
Yeah, that probably would be. I mean, nothing against your sons or your descendants, but it would be good to have it in the.
I don't know if they're that interested in it.
Sure. Yeah. It's too special of a thing to not be certain that it's.
Well, we have the largest intact southern till plain prairie in Illinois.
Yeah, I believe that for sure.
So there's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4 acre little parcels, but we have 31 acres.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
All
seeps, springs, underground water veins are still intact. And
so there's no field tile from way back when running through it or anything. Yeah, that's amazing. So why do you think it remained? It just was never suitable for growing.
It's
a crop
kind of rolling
off
hilly ground, but it's real gravelly.
Okay.
And the old farmer said, I don't know if they ever tried it. The way he made it sound, they must have tried it at one time, but he said it doesn't grow. It's no good for farming. It doesn't grow crops very well. He said, but boy, that wild grass grows.
Yeah.
So they left it alone.
Man,
do you hunt over your prairie?
Yes and no. And what an answer. I got a real good friend that's about 40% disabled, and he lost his deer hunting spot about 8 years ago. So I let him and his two grandsons hunt there because we have that bigger farm over here.
Yeah.
I mean, for deer. I turkey hunting that over there.
Yep.
Yeah, what's it like? I've always wanted to do that. There's some remnants in Iowa that I've always thought would be fun, even if I didn't even see a deer or something, but just because I like to hunt, to hunt over a prairie and kind of almost reconnect with how,
I have
Native
hunted
American.
there the first few years and got deer over there.
Did you? Was that just like extra special and
well, I never thought of it that way, but you're right. It is a little more special.
Yeah.
But we do have prairies. We got about 25 acres of prairie at our other farm over northwest of here.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's that's so special to just think of having that ancient connection, how they lived off of the prairie.
Would you change anything about your prairie right now besides bringing those species back that someone dug up?
In our restoration prairie, I don't think I would plant the big tall grasses, big bluestem Indian grass.
Okay.
With the initial planting.
Interesting.
I would do all the wildflower and short grasses and let them grow at least 2 years.
Yep.
Then come in and add the big Indian grass, big bluestem and switchgrass.
Sure.
Because the DNR, the state helped with it, and they put it in, the big grass in with right away, and it almost overtook it.
Yep.
We had to do some fall burns and knock it back.
Sure.
And now it's much better, but they was almost starting to debate if they was going to have to redo the whole thing.
Oh, man.
So
yeah, not fun. Yeah, the big bluestem Indian grass, especially without any sort of grazing. Have you ever thought about putting just a light graze on it?
Yes and no. Then I got to put the fences back in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
You get some of that collar trained livestock like they got now. If somebody's got those no fence collars, they can bring in with some cattle or some sheep and goats and turn them out there for a little bit.
Ideally, it'd be nice to get a few buffalo out there. But, but then you have to be careful walking around out there.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But that would be neat.
Very different to haul buffalo as opposed to hauling cows around.
Yeah.
And do you have any beef producer neighbors around you? Anybody have cows?
Get some beefalo.
Everybody starts yelling about.
Almost everybody's grain farmers right now.
Everybody starts yelling about
they might have a few
brucellosis
just at the house, and then they butcher for themselves.
Sure.
So, I mean, you've become truly a prairie enthusiast, and I imagine even a prairie advocate at this point.
Oh, yes.
When you think of the next 100 years from Illinois, what would, I mean, realistically, what would you hope to see as far as prairie goes in Illinois 100 years?
That they quit mowing all the ditches and roadsides and stuff and let that grow back into native vegetation. Because when I was a kid, there was milkweeds all along all the roads. They didn't mow like they do now when I was a kid on the farm.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. I
really recreation.
Is that what they say in their meetings?
Well, it's so that you got a little bit more warning for wildlife to jump out. It's not as attractive to wildlife along the roadway, so you're not having, animal vehicle.
I'm convinced it's just something for them to do. I mean that respectfully. You got people that are on staff, and there's times of year where it's very busy when it snows or when, things like that, or maybe there's a new road construction project that they gotta reseed the ditches, or maybe they gotta dredge out some ditches that have been silted in or something. But then there's times of the year where you got full-time employees without full-time work.
Yep.
And put a butt in a seat and give them a disc mower, and away they go. And I think that it helps justify having that full-time help, because it's hard to find good help if you don't have a full-time job to offer,
I understand that, but a lot of this, I think a lot of people think they want these back roads and stuff to look like a golf course.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it too.
Which personally I think is not very attractive.
No.
Right.
That's the thing.
But then they say, well, boy, we don't see rabbits and quail like we used to. Well,
exactly.
There's nothing there for the rabbits and quail to live and survive in.
Yeah.
A beautifully manicured lawn for if they've got several acres, and the sides of roads, if they keep it really nice and manicured. I feel similarly to McDonald's burger on a commercial. It's like, wow, that looks perfectly curated. You probably sprayed it with hairspray to make it look like that.
Right.
And I don't want to eat that at all. It looks okay. It looks like you put a lot of work into it, but
the cheese is actually glue.
Yeah, no, literally. Have you seen the like what they actually do to sandwiches for commercials and their food?
Yeah, I watch SpongeBob. I know how Krabby Patty's made.
Oh man, that's really funny. Well, I just have one more question for you. But Ken might have some more. When you're out there and now you've seen 600 some odd species out there. When you're there and you're by yourself, what are you doing? What are you thinking about? What are you looking at?
I walk every time I come up. I walk through the whole prairie, all 41 acres of it. Well, not all of it, but the biggest part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring my camera along because there's always something to see.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the wildflowers or the plants or the grasses, but there's all kinds of insects.
Yep.
And of course, birds, baby birds, mammals, rabbits, raccoons, squirrels, all kinds of birds. So there's always something to see and take photos of. I got tons and tons of photos through the years. And some things are only there for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And some plants are like that too.
Yep.
They come up, bloom, and they're done in 2-3 weeks. Most of them last several weeks, even several months. But they're specialty plants that they come up and grow real quickly, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways, there's always something to see at the Prairie. Always.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like an incredible place. So I would love to be there.
Walk around my Nikon, and I got 2 cards that I can put in case and an extra battery with me because once in a while I'm sitting there and take over 300 photos and the battery's dead, and so I just flip a new one in.
Man, I love it. You still have that same camera that you bought that Christmas?
No.
It's a different
Well,
one.
this one's only about 6 years old.
Oh man,
our first one was a Kodak, but this is I got a nice Nikon.
Mm-hmm.
So
when you look back at all your years on that prairie, what's a moment you'll always remember?
In spring of 2004, we did our first burn. And it wasn't then, it was the next year, spring of 2005. The wildflowers doubled or tripled throughout the landscape from one burn.
Wow.
And there was big round bales out there when we first bought it, and the farmer never did come back and get them, so that we burned them in 2004. And where some of them round bales where we had Indian paintbrush come up.
Wow. Really?
That's the first time
Do you think it was because he'd been baling that prairie and he'd baled up some seed stock in there or something?
Well, the seed stock was there, but there was at that when we bought it, there was a lot of Timothy, red clover mixed in.
Yeah.
Now you hardly see any of that.
I bet it was because similar to what is that, the bison flower, or like the bales basically
kind of smothered
everything else.
Yeah.
That's my guess, because Indian paintbrush is fairly delicate.
Yeah.
And so it just had to get rid of some of that competition. Interesting.
So
yeah, the heat probably was there longer and hotter and got rid of some of the other competition that way too, maybe.
Well, I won't lie to you. We committed a crime against our listeners recording this indoors in March and not outside on your place in June. So we would love to. We would love to. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Judd, you got any closing questions or remarks?
Nope. I'm just excited to come back and see this thing in the growing season.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see it today, aren't we? Is that still the
come
plan?
on out.
Yeah, I brought my hiking boots. Nick brought an extra pair of shoes.
I have slippers.
Mold trails.
So,
okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love a sleeping prairie just as much as a growing one.
Oh yeah. If we're invited, we're definitely coming back, and I'll come back without you two if I have to.
Yeah.
But I think you guys will want to come, and I think Laura will want to join us too. Would be my guess. But Keith, thank you so much
You're welcome.
for sharing the story on your prairie. We're excited to go see it.
It's an honor to meet with you guys.
Oh man,
absolutely.
No, trust us, the honor's all ours.
We
It's all Judd's.
are super privileged to have you here, and a big shout out to our buddy Mitch, who kind of arranged all this.
Man,
Mitch is one of the coolest outdoors people you can ever meet. You can actually hear from Mitch on the Prehistoric Prairie episode 1, which has been released I think 3 times now on this feed.
It's a great series.
It's a good series. I heard a lot of compliments on it at the Deer Classic actually, but want to give a shout out to Skyline Market here in Ramsey, Illinois.
Yeah, we literally just showed up and said, "Can we use your office?" Yeah. And the guy,
no, we asked if we could fit into the restaurant, but we really didn't think we could fit into the restaurant. And the guy's like,
lunch rush.
How about my office?"
Yeah, what a guy. So make sure next time you're here,
sandwich is
pay
incredible.
them rent for us.
Swing in here.
We're taking a bunch of stuff home and buying a bunch of stuff, but they treat us really well.
But we got to get onto the prairie. Keep tuning in each week, and just like Keith and his wife Patty's minds were changed after they saw the beauty of the prairie. It's just a reminder that change of mind, that new perspective on the land, helps preserve these wonderful natural gems like Keith's Prairie. So till next time, conservation happens one mind at a time.